Hi there, it's Hillary. I want to talk to you about a larger party or event that you might want to plan for your office or business. And I'm going to use an example of one that we have done a few times. This theme is called Ladies Spring Party, and it's like Partea because it's like a tea party theme where we like literally taste tea. We have like teapots as decorations, and it's supposed to be like a springtime celebration. So let's jump right in. Ours just ended, so I have a lot of things like fresh in my mind that I wanted to tell you, and all of our costs and how much money we've raised. But here's a little party planning list that I made up. If you would like a copy of it, just reach out to me. I have a PDF waiting to send to you. So we try to plan ours out at least 8 weeks or more is when we start. I think a lot of the times I pick the date almost like a year before because I pre-plan all my year's events at the end of the previous year. So around like December, November, I'm planning the next year's events and when those might be. But let's just say you're going to plan something this year. I would start about at least 8 weeks out. Start obviously with a date and a time, get that situated. We've been doing ours on like Tuesdays or Thursdays. In our area, Thursdays have been getting busier with like school stuff and other types of events. So I started to move our events to Tuesday night because I figure like most people don't have anything to do on a Tuesday night unless it's like some kind of like sporting school game for kids. So the Tuesdays have been working well for us. Themes, think about what you would be excited to go to and what your ideal client would want to go to. So our ideal client is like 30, 40 years old, maybe even closer to 50. She's a female and she would like to get out. She likes to take care of herself, learn new things, spend money on stuff for her, see some newest, latest trends, that type of thing. So we went with this spring party. Our guest list is obviously we invite everyone in our chiropractic office and we try to get them to invite their friends because that is our ideal base is these fun women that like to do things, learn new things, buy things, just anything just to get out of the house and do something different. So we do try to do something different than just like a basic open house. Like there's a theme along with it. In the fall time, our theme is a ghouls night out, and it's all Halloween themed and fun stuff too. So again, really big fan of the themes. So we've got our guest list going, who you're going to invite, and then you can also just put invites out in the public, and I will tell you about how I do my Facebook ads for that. Determine your budget. To be honest, I don't ever have like I'm going into this only going to spend X amount. However, I have been charging our vendors and sponsors to come, and that really helps offset just the basic cost of everything. I literally don't make any money. I always am spending more money for the event, but that's the point of my events aren't for me to make money off of. Um, so have a venue. We've been doing ours at our country club because they have a nice ballroom and it's pretty. The aesthetics are beautiful. The windows, when it's not raining, opening those are beautiful onto a walkout terrace that overlooks the golf course. So if you want to have a nice event, sometimes it's not in your current office or business location. So kind of look out. If this is a big event, maybe go a little bit bigger, have more space, and then aesthetically it looks nice and more pleasing. Catering and entertainment. So if you wanted music there and live music, get that underway soon. The catering, at least get like the list of what you can cater there. So for instance, at our country club, we aren't allowed to bring like food or drinks in, and they will send a list of their catering ideas. But one year we were like, hey, we want little like those little cute little tea sandwiches, and they made those. So sometimes ask for what you want. If it's not on the list, it's not a big deal. That they can make them for you. Their chef is amazing. Talk about inviting your guests, and then the sponsors and the vendors. At this most recent one, I think we had about 12 vendors. We like lined them around the room, and then we had them in also like a square in the middle of the room. So our vendors don't have to bring a table, so there's not mismatchy stuff. All the tablecloths are black, provided by the venue, and they're all set up nice and ready for when the vendors come in. So that's included in our vendor and sponsor fee. So you might be asking like, well, what does a sponsor get versus a vendor? A sponsor is going to get their name and logo blasted on everything, including all of our invitations, all of our Eventbrite links, all of our social media, all of our email blasts, everything the sponsors will get in. The sponsor fee that we did recently was $250. So we had 4 sponsors, and that technically goes towards paying what you'll see later would be like part of our food and beverage and our rental for the room. Not all of it. And obviously, I'm a sponsor, so I'm also putting my own money into it. So the vendors, on the other hand, the vendors are not going to have their stuff like blasted with like logos and all of our emails. I do put a list of them on our Eventbrite link, but I'm not trying to list everyone all the time. I'm trying to really focus on the sponsors that paid a little bit more. And we had more openings for sponsors, but everyone wanted to do the vendor because the vendor fee was $100. And so some of the smaller businesses, they might want to do something like little at first and to see how the event ran before they can commit to a $250. But if you have like your group or your network of local businesses that you always do things with together, I'm sure that they would want to do a sponsor at a little bit higher and really invite people. They get extra tickets to give out. And of course, they get the vendor table included. So get a lot of sponsors and vendors, and that will help offset the cost of things. We do a big giveaway as like an enticement to bring people, and you'll see on this picture here, the Tiffany's necklace. That necklace is like a cute everyday white gold little diamond necklace, and it was only $600. And I think like depending on your ideal client and target market, you need to think about what would be exciting for them. Let's say that you have no interest in wearing a Tiffany's necklace. Fine, but you can't always go on like what you would want as the owner. So really think about who these ideal people are and like what are they wearing, what bags are they carrying, what clothing line are they wearing, because you want to try to like entice them. So for instance, if I had a Coach purse as a giveaway, it's not as exciting as when I have like a Kate Spade purse or like a Louis Vuitton or Gucci purse, right? So like up it up a little bit, get something like higher end that's going to be exciting. So instead of having like multiple door prizes, which we've done before, I'm looking for one large prize that's more exciting. So the Tiffany's necklace was great, but honestly, the purses that we've done in the past have been great too. You just need to like really make it something like big and exciting, and then, you know, put pictures of it all across social media, put it in your office, like you could win this at our event. And so for our event, we had 2 different ticket prices. We had a general admission, which was a lower cost, and then a VIP, which was obviously more because the VIP got more included. And I'll show you an example of our invitations from Canva that we made, and you can see like what that includes. So think about a big giveaway. Get your sponsors and vendors like lined up ahead of time, and then start with the details with what you want to do at the event. The logistics of like where these vendor tables are going to go, and kind of like a game plan of how you're going to market it, because the marketing is the key thing. Unfortunately, you just like planning an event doesn't really mean anything. And if you're going to bring in vendors, you're going to want to bring in a lot of people too. So the way I do my events, which there's more than one way to do things, is that I have a ticket fee and I have it medium to high ticket prices, because my ideal client has extra money, and this client would want to spend money if they know that the money is going to go towards something like a charity. So every event we do, we donate the ticket sales to a charity, and I let them kind of choose ahead of time. So I put a poll in my social media, or I ask people like, what's your favorite local charity? And I do like local ones personally versus nationwide. So this year, again, they chose to do the Humane Society in our county. So we are donating the ticket sales to them. So when I say like, hey, the VIP ticket is $60, and some people might be like, wow, that's a lot just to come to an event. But all that money is being donated back. What's great about the higher ticket sales is that these are more, in my opinion, like my ideal or quality people that I want at events, versus someone that's going to come to an event because it was free to come, and they're going to go around to all the vendors and they're going to pick up every single free thing they can, but maybe they're not going to interact with the vendors, and then they're just going to eat the food, drink, and leave. So mine is more like a party versus going around to all the vendor booths, taking something for free, and then not interacting with them. So again, I think both ways work. So if you are someone that likes to do like, and anyone's invited to my event, great. I've done that way before too, but this type of event is more of a ticket, then I know who's coming. And to be fair, like if I have 30 people that have bought tickets at $60, generally all 30 of them come, versus, when you have like free ticket sales and free events, you might be 50 to 100 people getting tickets, but then 25 show. It's just not as good for the vendors. So I want quality people at the events, also patients that I like, and then I want them to interact and stay. Like they usually stay to the very end till we're like cleaning up, and they're like, do you need help cleaning up things or carrying out stuff? That's the type of party this is. So about 4 to 6 weeks out, get your schedule, plan your ads, your emails, your postcards, creating a layout of, because you're going to make multiple changes to this layout, and then creating the invites on Canva. You can either print them from Canva, or we often like download it and upload it to like a local printer, just so I can pick it up like day of or second day type of thing. And then let me try to share with you my invitation, if it will let me share it. It's not going to let me bring it up right now. So my invitation, I'll just post this later so you can see it. It's very like pretty. It's nice. It's almost professionally done. We have our sponsors on the front of it, and then for our invitation on the back of it, I would put a QR code, and that QR code links directly to the Eventbrite page. And I'm always trying to update that, and that's where they pay for their tickets, is on the Eventbrite page, so I don't have to deal with it. For our VIP admission, it lists on it that you get entered to win the Tiffany's necklace. You get to do a spring craft. You get to do a tarot card reading. And to be honest, the tarot card thing isn't something I pay for. My office manager, she just like for fun does it, but it's like a fun thing. Is it legit and real? No, she's not a professional. It's just, again, something fun. I would say 98% of the people don't care that it's not legit and real. And then we'll have usually 1 or 2 people that don't like it, don't believe it, or think it's a hoax. And again, it's not legit or real. We also, for our office, we usually like do a sampling of something. For instance, it could be like a little mini massage, or this time we chose to showcase our dry needling therapy that we do at our chiropractic office. So we had massage tables set up, and the people that had the VIP ticket, which they then had like a little wristband, so we knew who they were, they got to test out and sample the dry needling. In our office, our dry needling sessions are $60 anyway. So technically this VIP admission for $60, getting that included with like a drink ticket, a craft, a tarot card reading, tea tasting, all of that, it was still worth more, to be honest. We also, this time, and almost every time, we have like something to do that's like a make and take, like really easy, which everyone can do, general admission included, but also the VIP get to do it. And so this time we're gonna do like bath salts. We had a vendor that wanted to come that does essential oils. So we're like, hey, instead of paying the vendor fee, do you want to get all of this stuff and you be in charge of this make and take essential oil bath salt thing? And she did it and she loved it. And it was just like one less thing that we had to do also. And then she could talk about her essential oils. So I was like, great, I don't have to do it. Yes. So everyone got to do that. And then our general admission was $25. You got to do the bath salts, you got to do the tea tasting, and you got to just go around to all the vendors. And again, all the proceeds benefited our Humane Society locally. So I will try to post links to that and pictures. But essentially, if you go on our social media and you like search up Partea, Partea, you'll see all of our stuff that we did. And we had a lot of really cute like social media posts. And my staff did a great job where they like linked in all like the teapots with it. So it was like very well thought out plan of how and when we're going to post these. And that's what I'm saying, like pre-plan that. Like you probably can't do this on your own, so you're going to need someone to help you. But then draw like a timeline out and have your calendar of like when things are going to happen, so you know like every day you're going to check off like what you're going to do. And hopefully this little planning list will help you to like stay on track. I think that's the big thing. Like people are overwhelmed with this when you try to do too much of it on your own, or you don't have a plan of action to go into it, and then you feel like stressed and overwhelmed when it gets closer. So you got your invitations. I would mail those out like 3 to 4 weeks and start giving them out. We mail them out to all the women that we love in our practice and other people in the community that I've met. So anyone I've networked with, that type of thing. And then we also start that around the same time, like little teasers in our email blasts about what's coming up and ahead. On this picture, the planning list in the bottom corner, you'll see like a little like wreath thing with 3 flowers and some greenery. That is the simple craft that we did. It was really cute. It was quick and easy to make. The only thing that I was like, we're not doing this again, is that you need hot glue guns. And every craft that we do, for some reason, we almost always need hot glue guns. And you've got like so many hot glue guns everywhere around this circular table, and cords going everywhere and glue dripping out. And I know that we probably ruined their tablecloth at the event center because there was like glue like spilling out, and I felt bad. So I said, next time, let's not do a craft where there's glue involved, or at least hot glue gun. And you know, you may not want to do craft, but like our target, an ideal patient, they like to do little simple crafts. And whenever I do just an event with just a craft, we always like sell out. So that's why we include that in. But if you're like, I'm not crafty, I don't know what to do, my people won't like crafts, well, then don't do craft. It's just pretty simple. It is extra work, so heads up for that. And then also determine like who's going to manage all the stations. Like you're going to need at least one person checking people in. You're going to, if you're the host, you're going to want to not have to like do it all. You're going to want to like float around and talk to people, introduce people. Hey, have you met this vendor? Oh my gosh, you would love these clothes. Let me show you these. You're going to want to go around to the vendors and like do like touch points periodically throughout the night. So don't like lock yourself into like doing the therapy or running your table or doing the check-in, check-out, because you're going to want to float, is what we call it. So 2 to 3 weeks out, you're going to then follow up again with like your vendors, sponsors, space, catering, make sure things are set up. And then you're going to really be plugging away at your social media posts and ads. So on Facebook, I created a couple ads, and I spent on my ad spend about $275. I started that 3 to 4 weeks out, and I did lookalike audiences for one, and then the other one I did a radius of the area with things like for women, a certain age group, and then I did like these women like yoga, they like to work out, they like high-end clothing. Like I picked characteristics of them too. I know there's more than one way to do Facebook ads. I'm just letting you know how I did them. So again, I spent about $275 for the Facebook ads when they're all said and done. The postcards, I spent about $100 plus postage. I don't know how many we sent out. I'm going to guess like 100 or so. So you're looking at what, 55 cents per card for postage, something like that. The necklace, like I said, was about 600. The crafts, we ended up spending around 400, and that was for about 30 people. So you could cut back on the craft area if you don't want to do a craft, or if you could find someone else to come in and do it, that would be ideal. We had even someone that was supposed to like man our crafting area. She ended up getting sick and not being able to come. So that kind of threw us for a loop. So always have backup of who you can have. We did have an extra person, so it worked out, but I wanted one person per each like setup. And our office manager was doing the tarot card reading, so she was busy the entire night. We had someone that directed traffic, and she would like, oh, you should go do this, or have you done the tea tasting over here? So we had all of our VIP stuff in one area, which we've learned from past ones, is that people that aren't VIP will tend to go over there. Sorry. Yes, I'm a multiple sneezer. Okay, back to what I was saying. I was interrupted by these sneezes. Is that our VIP area will tend to, people will like try to get in there that aren't VIP, and then we would feel bad, like, oh, I'm sorry, you don't have the VIP ticket. Like, you don't get to do the therapy, you don't get to do the tarot card reading. So we tried to block it a little bit and like put it behind tables this time. That helped a little bit, but to be honest, pretty much everyone but one person was VIP this last round, so is really easy. So we're going to do pushing to sell the tickets. And if you do events like I do, you know that the tickets sell the most like the last week. So don't freak out too much, but still pushing it, talking to people one-on-one, sending them like individualized, and trying to get them to sign up sooner. That way you get a good gauge of how many people are coming. Because again, if you had sponsors and vendors, you want that flow of traffic in for them too. Now about the day before, so is when you're gonna finalize like get all your decorations. Like we did a balloon arch, and we made that, which again is so much work. I was like, why do we do these? You could buy the balloon arch package for like $15 on Etsy, and then we're like, oh, we can do it. It just takes a lot of time. So overestimate how much time you're gonna need to set up your event, especially if you're doing decorations like we did. Like we had little teapots in every station or table, and then we put fresh flowers in them. They're really cute, and they were like some antique teapots that our office manager had. So it was her collection, and we had to make sure like we wrap up everything at the end and make sure nothing gets broken. Day before our last push to sell your tickets, double check your list, make a list of everything you need to bring to the event if you're not in your space, because like we forgot scissors, I think, and pens, like little things, right, that you would need. Just again, make a list of everything that you need to bring with you. And then on the day of, I would over exaggerate the time that you need to set up. So we told the vendors they could come an hour before for setup, but we should have been there probably 2 to 3 hours before the event, just for our personal setup, especially with that balloon arch, because it took so much time. We weren't really ready, and it looked cute, but we all knew that it wasn't quite what we had hoped for. So you're decorating it. Do you have a party playlist? Like if you don't have a live music, does the place that you're having the event, do they have like something to stream in? Do you need to bring speakers? One time we had to bring Bose speakers and set them up because we wanted, it was during the Halloween one, and we wanted Halloween music playing. Make sure that you have someone to take pictures and videos. That was really helpful this time. Like someone's job was to take pictures, videos, and escort people to different stations. Make sure that you are personally there to welcome the guests, bring them into the room, have like giveaways and door prizes. Everyone, like the vendors all had cute little like giveaways and you could enter to win stuff. So that was perfect. And then the day after, send out thank you notes or emails, especially to your sponsors and vendors. And then make sure you're posting your pictures on social media for FOMO, for, hey, this is what you missed out kind of thing. And then get them excited for the next one, because if you do it annually, you can build and build and build and build. So overall, we spent for food and beverage and our room fee, we spent almost $1,700 for that. And then in the end, we ended up doing about 1,000 donation for the Humane Society. So I wouldn't say that I do this to necessarily sign up right then and there like a new patient or new client. It's like building their relationships and enjoying the time that I have with my current ones. So in our chiropractic office, we have so many patients that we don't get to spend a lot of time just like chit chatting with people. And I really like these women. So having them at an event like this, like we can chat, like they're there for hours. Our events go usually like 5:30 to 8:30. We rarely leave on time. So if that is something that is precious to you, your time, you might want to do a little bit earlier and then know like you'll probably be there like a half hour later, because our events, like people don't want to leave and we love that too. And I also do an hour earlier. So you could come at 5:30 if you're a VIP person and 6:30 if you're general admission. So that helped us because we wanted to have another like bonus or an added feature for our VIP. Also, we needed the time because they're going to be doing a craft and the tarot card and doing like a massage or the dry needling. So we needed more time based on how many VIP tickets that we were going to sell. So I hope that you enjoy learning about this event that we do. Like I said, we do something nearly identical in the fall time, October, for our Ghouls Night. So have a fun theme that you do. If you want this party planning list, reach out to me, and you can look for like pictures of what we've done on our Instagram, Rangeline Chiropractic, and on our Facebook page, Rangeline Chiropractic too. You can search in there and see like the pictures for like the ads and the invitations and stuff like that, and kind of what we did. So enjoy and let me know if you have any help. If you need help, excuse me. This is what I do with my coaching clients, is like I help them set these up and determine how this would run. So let's say you've never done something like this and you don't know where to start, but you've always wanted to do something. This is why you need a good coach, is because someone like myself can help you through this, that has been through this. And if you are like, this seems like a lot of work and I never want to do it, totally fine. But it is a lot of fun and I think it was well worth it.